Two men in police uniforms, one buzzer,
81 minutes.
13 masterpieces worth $500 million, gone forever. And to this day, no one has been arrested. It's the early hours after St. Patrick's Day, 1990. Boston is quiet. Most of the city is asleep. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum stands calm on the Fenway. Inside, Rembrandts, Vermeers, Degas, one of the greatest private art collections in the world, and two security guards, Rick Abath and Randy Hestand, are the only things standing between those masterpieces and whoever is outside that door.
When the buzzer sounds, Abath makes a decision that will haunt him for life. Against all protocol, he opens the door. The two men tell him there's been a disturbance. They say they need to come inside. Within minutes, both guards are handcuffed to pipes in the basement. The thieves had 81 minutes, and they used every second.
Thieves posing as police officers pulled off what authorities say was a very professional job.
They moved fast, and they knew exactly where to go. From the Dutch room, they cut Rembrandt's Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only known seascape, directly from its frame. They took Vermeer's The Concert, one of just 34 Vermeers known to exist, arguably the most valuable stolen painting in the world. A Monet, 5 Degas sketches, a Govert Flinck landscape, and then something strange. They also took a Chinese bronze gu, an ancient ceremonial vessel, and a gilded Napoleonic eagle finial from a flagpole, neither worth a fraction of the paintings surrounding them. They walked right past Titian's Rape of Europa, the museum's most valuable work, and left it on the wall. So here's the question that has never been answered. Were they sent to steal specific items? Or did they not know what they had? When police arrived at 8:15 that morning, the guards were freed, and the museum staff walked into something they could not comprehend. 13 empty frames. The thieves had cut the canvases out cleanly, leaving the gilded borders hanging on the walls like open wounds. The museum made a decision no curator ever wants to make. They left the frames up, empty. A reminder, a warning, a plea. The FBI was called immediately. The case was labeled the largest art theft and the largest property crime in American history. A reward was posted. First $1 million, then $5 million, then $10 million, the highest reward ever offered by a private institution. And the leads? Almost nothing. The thieves smashed the security videotapes before they left. Smart. But they missed one thing. The museum's computer hard drive. Motion sensor logs recorded their movement through every room. Investigators could reconstruct exactly where they went, but not who they were. Suspicion fell fast on the Boston underworld. Bobby Donati, a small-time mobster with a taste for art, had reportedly bragged about pulling off a heist at the Gardner. He even told associates the eagle finial was his personal calling card. 1 year after the heist, Donati was found stabbed to death in the trunk of a car. Whatever secrets he held, he took them to the grave. For decades, the trail went cold. Then, in 2013, the FBI made a startling announcement. They said they had identified the thieves with high confidence. They said the paintings had been transported from Boston to Connecticut and then to Philadelphia sometime in the 1990s. They named the Carmelo Merlino crew as their primary focus, and they still made no arrests. In 2012, federal agents raided the home of Robert Gentile, an elderly Connecticut mobster long suspected of knowing where the paintings were. They expected art. What they found instead
was a handwritten list. 13 items. The names of every stolen work from the Gardner Museum, with black market values written beside each one. Gentile denied any involvement. He was later convicted on separate charges and died in 2021, taking whatever he knew with him. The investigation has produced two dominant theories, and they point in completely different directions. Local organized crime, possibly hired by someone who wanted specific works as collateral in a drug deal or bargaining chips with law enforcement. Some investigators have suggested a link to Irish Republican Army operatives who were known to traffic stolen art as currency. Whitey Bulger's name even surfaced, Boston's most infamous gangster, with ties to both the Irish mob and the art underworld. But neither theory has ever produced the paintings. Here is the brutal truth of the Gardner heist. The FBI believes the thieves are identifiable. They believe the paintings moved through the American Northeast. And yet, not one of the 13 stolen works has ever been recovered. A former FBI agent described them best. The missing masterpieces are perfect fugitives. Too famous to sell openly, too fragile to destroy. Somewhere, hidden, waiting.
Walk into the Dutch room of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum today, and you will see something unlike anything else in the art world. The empty frames still hang where the paintings once did. They remain there by choice, not as decoration, as a statement. Isabella Stewart Gardner built this museum with a single clause in her will. Nothing may be moved. Nothing may be changed. Every object in its place, forever, even the absent ones. The $10 million reward still stands, unclaimed. The largest private reward for stolen art in history. The museum has received thousands of tips over the years, followed hundreds of leads, watched suspects die, witnesses go silent, trails evaporate, and still nothing.
David Turner, a Merlino associate once considered a key suspect, was released from an unrelated prison sentence in 2019. Investigators watched him closely. Nothing surfaced. Somewhere tonight, Rembrandt's only seascape is in the dark. Vermeer's The Concert, one of the rarest paintings on Earth, has not been seen in decades. The greatest art theft in history remains completely unsolved. Two men in police uniforms, one open door, 81 minutes. That is all it took to steal $500 million worth of art and create a mystery the world may never solve. But here is what we know for certain. The paintings are out there. Someone knows where they are. And the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum is still waiting.